Alright, and we're back. I chose. Well, wait, actually, you saw the lonely stuff. Don't. My, look, look. I'm questionable on my mind sometimes. Yeah, I got all the spells sorted. I got several more bags. I got the greater one because I had that much gold to spare. I spent so much, and I still just have. I mean, I have 77,000. Like, some of that stuff that we sold was I think this is because I've never played a high appraisal character. But with 10 appraise plus faction bonuses, like you get super favorable options and you can just sell things that are already worth like 7,000 just standard. Like that Blackguard armor was worth 8,300 or something like that. And with my appraisal skill, uh, I assume it just goes even higher from that. I don't know, but it's ridiculous. So yeah, Victor is once again filthy rich. It seems like money just glues to him. I guess it comes with being a noble. And we're all ready to go. So I am gonna save the character, and I saved the game because if Dorna's still bugged, I'm gonna take all my stuff back, and I'll give what's useful to Deacon. What isn't, I'll sell it. So we'll see how this goes.
It is a pleasure to speak with you.
I'm eager to collect our water and be out of here. Are you ready to go? Yes, let's go. Good. I, for one, would like to reach the owl encampment as quickly as possible. Let's go. I guess we reached the owl encampment. I guess that wasn't the end of the interlude. I thought it was, but I suppose not. Okay.
Well, we finally got here. I want to thank you for all of your help. I know that I was a bit hard on you at times. We probably wouldn't have made it this time without you.
Thank you, Katerina. No, Katerina. Thank you, Katriana. Though I'm pleased to believe it now, I would not have cared to make this journey without your assistance. No, the desert is No, the desert is no place to be on foot with no source of shade for rest stops. How the Bedine tolerated it is beyond me. My only complaint, next time, please hire someone other than a kobold to do the cooking. Last night was awful. Yes, I have no idea what those meaty chunks were, and I really don't want to know.
You will probably be wanting to hire a guide to take you to the dig site where your Garrick fellow went. It's a little ways into the desert, I understand, and only the locals really know the way. I am sure one of the AO worshippers will be willing to take you. They're a fairly agreeable bunch, if a bit daft. Is there anything else you want before you leave?
So I've never really gotten long-term dialogue with her, and I've just realized that the accent that I was hearing isn't quite what I thought it was. I thought it was a very diluted Irish accent. It's not. It's just her cadence while she's speaking. So I like how I realized that at the end, where I assume she's not going to be around anymore. So no, I don't need paid. Are you kidding me? Victor is rolling in money. He's probably going to give half of it to a charity. Can I see your goods? Well, of course you can. You get the premium discount too. Oh, I guess that's why too, is because I have such good standing with them, I just get ridiculous. Okay, yeah, it's not a new module, so it's all the same stuff.
It is a pleasure to speak with you.
Can I ask you some questions, Katriana? What would you like to know? What can you tell me about these owl worshippers? AO worshippers? Whatever you said. They aren't a bad bunch, though there are a few with some very strange ideas. One of the priests liked to whip himself and, well, I don't care for it much, but to each his own. No, I'm still doing that accent. I don't like to knock other people. Another person's religion, but any religion where the god could care less about his followers, what can I say? Anyways, that's all I have to say about them. Anything else? How do I recognize Garrick? Tall, ugly, human scholar. Actually, in his crowd, that could be quite a feat. That mostly describes every one of the archaeologist folk I remember. Oh, he is male too. That should cut it down by, say, 2. Sorry, but I'm sure if you ask, somebody will direct you to him. Anything else? No, that's it. Well, take care of yourself out there, Victor. Don't go doing anything crazy, like joining the AO folk or anything. Goodbye. That was a surprisingly nice farewell from her. Hello, Torius. Aye, so I guess you'll be off then, now that we're here. What's the problem? Oh, it's nothing. Just that I'll miss you, it's all. You are a fine, fine companion to lighten up such a dreary trip, you know. It's my only hope, really, that you might deign to satisfy one last request from a good friend. Ah, I see now. What do you want, Torius? Well, here's the thing. It's nothing illegal or anything like that. Nothing that would cause you any trouble, per se. Out with it. The owls in this camp make a fine, fine wine. Most wonderful thing you'll ever taste outside of the elven vineyards. I'm not joking either. Had a taste the last time through here. The thing is that they keep their wine for religious purposes only. Bloody selfish bastards. They won't let me back in the camp now, even. Yes, how selfish of them to expect their beliefs to be upheld within their own camp. I've been out of, good spirits since the oasis. You've got away with getting what you want, Victor, so I was sort of hoping, that I would get you some of this wine. Exactly. Maybe it's time you slowed down on the drinking, Torius. Whoa, here I am talking to you like you're my friend, and you come and hit me with that. What kind of friend are you? Well, for one, I'm concerned about you, Torius. Alcohol while trying to be a guard on duty is not exactly the best combination. Ah, jeez, are you serious about all this? Yes, I am. Alright, okay, I get the picture. Torius is a drunken lout, is he? Well, I can change. No more drinking for me. How about that? Sounds fantastic. I just hope you uphold that. Yeah, well, being sober really stinks. There's sand in my pants and it itches. Victor's not the type to go stealing other people's religious items. Plus, I'm sure they would have bonded quite a bit on this trip. It's definitely been several weeks, if nothing else.
What can I do for you?
You were a decent traveling companion. If the gods wish it, maybe we shall meet again someday. That seems about right. Now, I'm sure Deacon and Xanos... Victor still just tolerates Xanos. I'm sure he's grown on him a bit over the traveling, but, yeah. Oh, okay, no, this is all the same stuff. We might be taking you, Deacon. We'll see how things go. But I don't want to have to keep on hopping on to, DM's side every time we run into traps just to keep things correct. Let's see here. An owl guard. Ah, another outsider. I see you have come with the caravan. It is good to see you. We don't get many visitors, and now 2 in one day. 2? Who else is here? Oh, this morning, just at sunrise, a half-dead man came crawling in here looking for a healer. I took him to the main temple so they could tend to his wounds. I haven't seen him since, but no one said he died either, so I guess that is where you would find him if you're interested. Oh, I doubt he knows anything, but I guess he might have heard something. Do you know anything about this injured man? I think he's one of the wizards that digs around amongst the ruins in the Valley of Winds. Garrick or something. Well then, that's both a coincidence and a worry. Would it be Garrick Halasar by any chance? Perhaps? That's the one. He's the head of the fellows out there. What do they call themselves? Archaeologists. Anyway, something bad must have happened. Doesn't that worry you? Aren't you the guard for this town? A little. We sent some of our boys out to take a look, see if the wizards need any help. They haven't come back yet, however. Are there many of these wizards? I think there's about a dozen of them. They come here to buy supplies from Musharak every once in a while, but that's all we see of them, to be honest. Who was Musharak? That doesn't sound like the name of a human, dwarf, or hin. Oh, he's a trader from one of the desert tribes. Runs the market here. He's, a hobgoblin, so don't get too surprised when you see him or anything. He's not so bad. Do you know what these wizards were looking for? I imagine they're looking for relics. Couldn't really say more than that, though. What is this Valley of the Winds, besides a fantastic movie? Well, if you go into the encampment, you'll see some carvings on the cliff face north of the temple. They were here when the Aowas first got here, I'm told. Anyway, there's a doorway by the waterfall that leads into a valley that goes right through the mountain. After that, you're in the Valley of the Winds. I think that's what the Bedain call the place. It's supposed to be full of ruins and the like. That's what attracted the wizards here in the first place. I'd like to ask something else. Sure thing. I don't have much to do. Tell me about this place. Well, it's a desert, my lord. Hot, with lots of sand and sun, but not much water. Oh, I see. I suppose you meant tell me about the encampment. Well now, not much more to tell you. The Aowas built a temple, where the minister meets with the faithful to contemplate, or whatever they call it. Otherwise, we've got a good spring to supply us with water, and we serve as a trading post for the Bedain and the occasional caravan. It's not too bad, overall, if you don't mind the scorpions. Why are you out here in the desert, of all places? I came here because my master, a former follower of Joaquin, came out here. He was searching for a new faith and found it in Ao. Once my master found his new calling, he freed me. I didn't have anywhere better to be, so I decided to stay here and work as a guard. It's hot, thirsty work, but it could be worse. Tell me about this god, Ao. I am not informed on him, which is saying something, mind you. There's little to tell, and I'm not really much of a believer, I'm afraid. It seems like even if this Ao does exist, he couldn't care less about anyone worshipping him. So his followers gather and contemplate the nature of apathy and so forth. Lots of debate, peaceful contemplation, that sort of thing. At least things are quiet. Victor feels like this is more of a belief set than worshipping a god in that case. Most gods tend to reward their worshippers with magic, prayer, healing, so on and so forth. I suppose I should go and check on the injured man, though it's only going to be useful if he's conscious. Right. If you want to see the injured man, he should be in the temple. Good luck to you. Right then. Interesting gate. The followers of Ao? Not that he wants followers from what I hear. He's above that, or something. Nobody's got an answer out of him yet. That's very odd. Gods derive their power from their worshippers. It's interesting. This must be the trader that the man spoke of.
I greet you.
Welcome to Musharak's... Did I pronounce that right? Yeah. To Musharak's fine desert emporium. I am Musharak, sole proprietor and scrounger of the only mid-anarchic mercantile business. How might I serve you today, good lord? Would you care to see Musharak's generous supply of goods at low, low prices? Well, this is rude. again, somebody had the comment in question, since Victor slaughtered the gnolls and kobolds so ruthlessly, and called them evil creatures. Was he racist? Did he just hate evil creatures? And no, Victor isn't. Victor's fine with any species, even if you were a demon in Faerun, which they are pretty much all that they're required to be evil creatures, period. Even with that, if he didn't have proof of that demon performing the evil deeds, Victor wouldn't have more of a problem with him besides suspicion and keeping an eye on him and ensuring nothing went wrong. Now, if he had any form of past deeds that were slaughter or slavery or rape or any of the other lovely things that demons do, then he would kill the demon without any hesitation and be completely ruthless in doing so. He's got almost a paladin mentality, but it's not by the law of the world. It's by his personal law, which is why he's not lawful good. So just little tidbit there. He's not racist, and unless somebody shows signs of being evil or doing evil deeds, he has no problem with you. It just so happens that the kobolds slaughtered a bunch of innocent people in Hilltop and poisoned his master and stole countless things, and were serving an evil dragon. And the gnolls slaughtered and enslaved Blumberg and burned it to the ground. So he had no mercy for them. But yeah. So this dialogue option wouldn't even occur to Victor. It doesn't matter. Instead, it would be, yeah, what kind of things do you sell out here? If you want it, I can get it. Well, so long as you're not trying to buy any of the Aoist wine. The Jasmina can be so frustrating, and the minister is even worse. Well, I have no interest in any of that, so I would like just to see your goods, please. Every item is wonderfully crafted and will never break, bruise, spoil, or run out of charges, unless it is designed to do so. That last comment has definitely piqued his interest. I'm curious, wow, I got favorable with the Hobgoblin. I don't think I've ever gotten favorable. The appraisal is definitely a big part of why I have so much money, I think. Boots of the Shifting Sands. The most infamous halfling bard in Faerun, Stompin' Con Tommers, claimed that entire tribes of goblins would quiver in fear when they heard he was coming. Strangely enough, the boast of this halfling might have had some basis in truth, as the magical boots he wore really could cause earthquakes. He claimed to have pilfered the boots from an extraplanar bard, whose voice could destroy entire cities. Khan's career was cut short when he miscalculated a leap over a gorge he created, and the earth swallowed him whole. That's actually kind of cool. A passive haste enchantment. Wow. I mean, the ability score deduction is pretty painful as well, but I could counter that with just some bracers of dexterity. Ooh. Man, that's really tempting. Where are the gargoyle boots? Legend holds that the mage who created the gargoyle boots trapped the spirit of an actual gargoyle within them. Unfortunately, the boots couldn't protect the nameless wizard from the vengeance of the gargoyle's mate. And as there are multiple variations on the gargoyle boots, it is assumed that the tale is, though entertaining, a mere fabrication. An interesting way to explain the magical toughness that the boots provide. Wow. Now, if that was charges a day, or just one charge a day, Victor would have much more interest in these, but they do not, so the Shifting Sands are much more intriguing. Earthquake, one use a day, is just ridiculous. Oh, even with all my favor, though, I can't buy that yet. Interesting. That might be something that's worth saving for, because that's ridiculous. unlimited use as long as it's once a day. Yeah, Greater Adventurer's Robe. +2, no, it's still fairly easy to bypass that, though it's still pretty cool that they sell that. Former royal magician Vanguardast to King Azun the Azun IV of Corm was once an accomplished adventurer of high fame. Or is that Cormier? Probably Cormier. Was once an accomplished adventurer of high fame. One reason he became popular in wizardly circles was his creation of the adventurer's robe. Mages have always struggled with the limitations placed on them by the ability to cast arcane magics. These robes give the magic an edge in surviving encounters with melee fighters by being able to absorb some damage from hits. Skin of the Manticore. I can't use it. It's still lore. A manticore is a fearsome beast whose claws and teeth are deadly, also known as a sand dragon by Victor and Dorna. Despite these weapons, it is the spikes from the manticore's tail that give the beast a legendary status. When Dagus, an elven ranger, slew one of these beasts, he took the skin to a mage and together they developed his cloak. The mage was able to give Damus partial control over the manticore's tail, which was still attached to the skin. When Dagus died, his powerful cloak disappeared. Oh, that's cool. Cloak of Movements. Golith was a druid who enjoyed the company of spiders, studying the precision of their movements and meditating on the complexity of their webs. He spent much of his time protecting giant varieties of these creatures from the wrath of well-meaning adventurers, which alienated him from his fellow humans even more than a life in service to nature usually does. This cloak appears based on one that he had received from the drow, a gift that allowed him to better walk among the arachnids. Interesting. That might be something that, when we improve the Cloak of Askelhorn. I still haven't decided what I want to do for that, by the way. I have decided that I'm going to do it, though, because I like the concept. Maybe once we meet another elf, I can see about doing it. Okay, so the only thing that he has that Victor is interested in is the Boots of Shifting Sands. And if he buys that, he will also have to buy the Bracers of Dexterity to level it out. And then I suppose he would give Dorna the Boots of Elvenkind. Yeah, cool. Alright. He does have a nice selection of potions, though. Alright, I'm going to have him restock on potions, and then I will be right back. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. If you enjoy my videos and don't want to miss out on future content, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. If you'd like to support me on a more personal level, offer recommendations, chat with me, or vote on future series, then consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you once again for all your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next chapter of our story.